Today, I will take you through an amazing walk through the city of Rome, where we can see an interesting phenomenon. The urbanization and the planning of the city have followed a particular design. By observing the plan, we can see spiritual symbols that were used for the worship of the ancient gods. Some of the symbols and monuments of the city have been included in its urbanization following a particular layout because they form a geometric borders of territories to which we can attribute specific spiritual characteristics. Just as the natural territories are delimited by borders, the same happen in the spiritual world, and we can recognize them with the aid of history maps and much prayer. The spiritual borders are recognized by many non-Christian movements and often are called energy lines or ley lines. They are delimited by satanic symbols which lead to idolatry. And I will take you today through this amazing walk through one of the oldest cities in the world, the city of Rome, to discover that through this line they go from one ancient door to the other ancient door of Rome. Let us start from the first point where our imaginary line starts, Piazza di Porta Maggiore, where hidden under the ancient door lay a subterranean cathedral called Neo-Pythagorean Cathedral. For centuries, this sacred place has been hidden underground. The images represented on the wall reflect the destiny of the soul and the secret of initiation. Ganymedes kidnapped by Zeus, Medea who offered a drink to the dragon which keeps the golden calf so that Jason can get hold of it, and Sappho the poet who knows herself in the sea. The magic and mysterious nature of the place makes people think that it's still used for celebration and magic rituals. Let us stop now and look briefly at this ancient door called Porta Maggiore. It was built by the Emperor Claudius in 52 AC. After that, we walked through Porta Maggiore Street to Vittorio Emanuele Square to stop at the magic door. This door is the only remnant of Villa del Marchese Palombaro, a nobleman who lived in Rome from 1614 to 1680. He was known as a man of many secrets. The Marquis Palombaro was a man of prominence in Rome. He requested to build the magic door after a mysterious meeting with a man who, after spending a night in his house, disappeared, leaving an alchemic formula still visible on the door spot of the magic door. Today the door is walled up, but at the time it was the entrance of his laboratory. He was friends with Christina of Sweden, with Dr. Giuseppe Francesco Borri, involved in esotericism, the astronomer Giovanni Cassini, the alchemist Francesco Maria Santinelli, the Jesuit Anastasio Kirchen. Let us continue in Via Carlo Alberto until we reach the cathedral dedicated to Mary, la Madonna. We can look at the front of the cathedral to notice the four statues, two on each side, just a bit under the statue of Mary. A hierarchy with the spiritual meaning. Aside, we can see the column dedicated to the peace obtainable from Mary. The statue of Mary is on a column took from the Basilica of Massenzio, a Roman temple dedicated to the god of peace. Entering the cathedral, we are amazed by the splendor of the artwork, but we cannot notice in the baptistry this window portraying a triangle with an eye in the middle, the same as in the dollar. Also, under the altar, an urna containing the manger where Mary laid Jesus in Bethlehem. Obviously a fake, but any day of the week you can go there to meet some faithful Catholic kneeling down, worshipping this false reliquia. And we walk around the cathedral to meet the Egyptian obelisk. Then, walking on Agostino de Petri Street, we cross Via Nazionale and then Quattro Fontane Street to stop at the crossroad called Piazza delle Quattro Fontane. This is the highest place of central Rome. The four corners, the four statues of the gods Juno, Diana, Arno and Tevere. On the satellite map, we draw a triangle formed by three obelisks that are viewed from the Four Fountain Square. Standing here in the middle, surrounded by the four gods and looking at the three obelisks is an experience itself. On the same square, we enter a small church where many symbols adorn the place. We notice the four confessional on the four corners with the triangle with an eye on the middle, and on the top of the dome the triangle and the circle. Out of the church we walk on Via delle Quattro Fontane and stop at Bernini Square to meet Tritone Fountains. Who is Tritone? He is the son of Poseidon, the sea god. He was known for indicating the way to Jason and the Argonauts, the same ones that we met in the subterranean cathedral from where we started our journey. Maybe he want to indicate to us the way also. Now we arrive at the foot of the obelisk in Trinità dei Monti, another of the magic triangle corners. We go down the famous Spanish step, look at your left and you will see a column dedicated to Immaculate Conception of Mary. The column was erected in 1854 by Pope Pio IX after his proclamation, the dogma in which he affirmed that Mary was kept immaculate at conception, so to be without sin. We take Via del Babuino to end our walk in Piazza del Popolo, a beautiful square where at its center rises the Egyptian obelisk of Seti I from Heliopolis. On the two sides of the square, the statue of Neptune and the goddess Roma keep guard to the place. We walk out from the ancient walls through Porta Flaminia, adorned with various symbols and description as the one welcoming the Queen of Sweden. Before exiting by the ancient door, have a look on the left where another inscription commemorates the execution commanded by the Pope in 1825 of two men, Montanari and Tarquini. We have just walked on an imaginary line that cuts the city in two, and we have observed important spiritual sites that distinguish the territories, life and history of Rome. If you are interested in discovering even more about Rome and the territorial spirits, you may read my book, Angels and Demons, Modern and Ancient Spiritual Warfare. If you have the opportunity to visit Rome, you can actually walk on the same streets, or you can organize a spiritual tour with us, writing to ministeroinsieme@gmail.com.